Welcome to the deep dive. You give us the sources, we give you the blueprint. And today, we are zeroing in on Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Specifically, her legendary Hottieween party from 2025.
Wow. Right. And our mission here isn't just, looking at cool party pictures. We're really digging into how this one event, Hottieween, connects everything, her global brand strategy, her philanthropy, this newfound personal stability she seems to have. We're hunting for those aha moments, the why behind her current dominance.
It's the perfect topic for this, really, because it all ties together so neatly. You've got the Houston homecoming, the incredible costumes, two of them, the foundation mission, and how it's all sort of energized by this Lover Girl chapter everyone's talking about. It's all business, really. Okay, let's ground ourselves first. Hottieween 2025. It was a massive deal because it was back in Houston, right? First time in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, held Friday, October 31st at the Bayou Music Center. And the sources describe it as, well, not just your typical celeb party. It was like a full-on concert vibe mixed with this high-stakes costume party. Mandatory costumes. She even performed from the DJ deck, apparently. And energy sounds like it was just off the charts.
And the Houston location, that's immediately important strategically speaking. It anchors her huge global brand right back to her roots. It's about authenticity, When you get that big, staying connected matters. Plus, it ties directly into the party's main purpose, raising money for the Pete and Thomas Foundation. This foundation is really personal for her, named for her late parents and grandmother, and its focus is super local, helping kids, single moms, seniors, basically underserved communities right there in Houston. Oh, okay. So the massive party, the spectacle, that's the engine driving it all. And the mission, the foundation, that's the actual destination, the fuel. She uses this guaranteed global media spotlight from Hottieween to pump resources back into Houston.
Exactly right. It connects the global hot girl brand right back to Texas. It's not just a party, it's a huge fundraiser every year. And keeping the foundation focused locally like that, while tying it to this massive visible event, it builds trust. It says her success is about lifting others up. That's smart long-term brand building. Okay, so that's the heart of it. Let's talk about the flash, the stuff that grabs the headlines. The fashion. Because she didn't just do one look, she did two major high-fashion horror looks for Hottieween 25. The first one, the solo look, got so much buzz. The zombie bride, or maybe ghoul queen, it was this incredible white lace gown, kind of tattered but glamorous mermaid-shaped cutouts, held together with white ribbons, shimmering beads, like a haunted wedding dress. But the staging, you mentioned it earlier, the picture showed her on this throne, made entirely of skeletons. I mean, talk about a statement. What's the strategic read on the ghoul queen sitting on a pile of bones?
That's pure resilience messaging, isn't it? We know from the sources she's been through some intense legal fights, personal challenges. So sitting on that throne, that's Megan visually saying, I beat all that and now I rule on top of it. It turns past hardship into power, into brand strength. It's just a masterful visual metaphor. It fits perfectly with that hot girl strength, that triumph narrative she's always cultivated.
Interesting point. But doesn't that dark, powerful ghoul queen image kind of clash with the softer, happier lover girl vibe she's putting out now in her music? It feels like two different Megans.
But that's the brilliance, right? The duality is the strategy. She's showing she contains both. She's still that tough powerhouse who built her empire, but she's also evolved, and that evolution. That leads us straight into the second look. The classic Frankenstein's bride. Right, this one was a couple's costume. She was pictured with a friend who was this, terrifyingly buff, green Frankenstein monster. And Megan, she had the iconic wig, the black wave with that bold white streak. It's instantly recognizable. And by doing a partner costume, she's visually nodding to this new relationship focus in her life.
Which transitions us perfectly. Let's talk about the fuel behind this current wave, the lover girl era. This is all tied to her very public relationship with NBA player Klay Thompson, who's with the Dallas Mavericks now. It went public around July 2025, and she's been quite open about it, telling sources things like, I've never dated somebody so kind and how he makes me genuinely happy. That's a big shift in her public narrative, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. To really get the lover girl era, you have to contrast it with the hot girl era that came before. Hot girl was about fierce independence, self-reliance, emotional armor, which honestly was probably necessary given everything she was navigating publicly back then. Lover girl, strategically, leans into vulnerability, into partnership, shared happiness. It actually broadens her appeal, adds another layer to her brand. And you see, when this kind of stability clicks into place personally, it almost always fuels the creative and professional side.
And we saw that right away, didn't we? With her single, Lover Girl, using that beautiful classic R&B sample to Declare Her Happiness. It's definitely a different tone from some of her earlier anthems. But okay, beyond the music, what does this relationship, this stability, really signal about her business trajectory? Sources mentioned that rumor just days before Hottieween about Meghan and Klay allegedly buying a mansion together out in California.
Right, and whether that specific rumor is 100% factual or not, the idea of it, the signal it sends, is about commitment. It suggests permanence. It moves the narrative past casual fling territory, which the tabloids love, towards something serious. Look, for someone operating at Meghan's level artist, executive personal stability is, well, it's like currency. Drama costs time, energy, focus. When things are calm and happy at home, all that energy can go into building the empire. The lover girl piece enables the hot girl executive focus, you see.
That makes perfect sense. Which leads us right into her overall status right now. Because Hottieween 2025 really did find her at an absolute peak, power-wise, across the board. Musically, I mean, her dominance isn't really up for debate. The 2024 album Megan, the Deluxe Act 2, they solidified her as a global force. Tracks like Hiss hitting #1 globally. The name recognition is just immense.
Totally. But where you really see the strategic ambition, I think, is in her media ventures, like this huge Apple TV Plus reality show she's involved in, K-pop. She's not just hosting, she's co-hosting and executive producing, and it's focused on Western artists collaborating with K-pop idols in Seoul.
That is huge, yeah. Executive producer credit on an Apple TV Plus show, especially one tapping into the K-pop phenomenon.
Yes,
That's a big
move. What does that tell us? It tells us she's thinking beyond just music. She's diversifying her portfolio, building her executive identity. Music careers can have ups and downs, right? But becoming a mogul, producing major international TV, that sets her up for long-term power. It's about becoming a multifaceted entertainment exec. That stability we talked about, this is where it pays off.
And all this professional power runs parallel to her advocacy work, doesn't it? Which ties back nicely to the Foundation's mission we started with.
It really does. Earlier in 2025, she received a major honor, Mental Health Champion of the Year, from the Trevor Project. And that award wasn't just symbolic. It specifically called out her advocacy and the work her foundation is doing. She's managed to weave her own story of resilience, her focus on mental wellness, right into the fabric of the Hot Girl brand itself. She uses the spotlight from her music, from events like Hottieween, to push for positive change, to empower women, to open up conversations about mental health. It feels very intentional, very authentic. That's how you build a lasting global brand today.
So pulling it all together, Hottieween 2025 wasn't just a party. It was like the perfect snapshot. High fashion, huge music, giving back to Houston and celebrating this new, stable, happy chapter that seems to be fueling all these massive executive plays.
Exactly. And the key takeaway for you listening is how integrated it all is. That's the modern celebrity empire blueprint. Megan Thee Stallion merges her personal life narrative, her philanthropic goals through the Pete and Thomas Foundation, and her biggest public spectacles like Hottieween. It all works together, that personal stability. It's the quiet engine driving her evolution from superstar to global media powerhouse.
Which leaves us with a big question as we look ahead, doesn't it? If her foundation and her music are now reflecting this confident lover girl stability, how might that change her future business ventures? How does merging that partnership energy with the hot girl reshape her path as she aims for even bigger executive roles beyond music? Something to think about.